Welcome back to the channel where we spotlight Black excellence in film and TV so you don't have to miss some great Black-led roles. Let's get into it. Samuel L. Jackson has been making movies since the 80s, and by this point, collectively, his movies have amassed billions of dollars. So today, we're going to take a look at some of his movies you might have missed. First up, we've got The Hateful Eight, which just happens to be my personal favorite. Yes, I'm biased. It's a Western starring the legendary Samuel L. Jackson and directed by Quentin Tarantino, who may or may not be my all-time favorite director. Spoiler, he is. For now. Now, I've already mentioned this gem in my previous Black-led Western video. Link up top if you want to check it out. No pressure though. You should. So The Hateful Eight follows, wait for it, 8 hateful people trapped in a room together. Shocking, right? We've got bounty hunter John the Hangman, his fugitive, another bounty hunter played by Samuel L. Jackson, and a guy who claims to be a sheriff. They're all racing to Red Rock in post-Civil War Wyoming, but Mother Nature isn't having it and throws a blizzard their way. So they hold up in a stagecoach stop with 4 other strangers. Naturally, secrets come out, things get awkward, and let's just say not everyone's gonna make it out alive. I won't spoil it for you, but tensions get real high, the dialogue sizzles, and as the pressure cooker heats up, everyone's dirty laundry gets aired. Classic Tarantino. You can catch this masterpiece on Netflix. Even if Westerns aren't your thing, you'll still love it, trust me. Between the raw, unfiltered characters, Quentin Tarantino's sharp as ever dialogue, and Samuel L. Jackson's absolutely owning the screen, it's pretty hard to not enjoy this movie. Now, that's my opinion, and my opinion is correct. So go enjoy the movie, catch it on Netflix right now. Alright, next up is The Negotiator, a 1998 classic that cranks the stakes up to 11 out of 10. Samuel L. Jackson plays Donnie Roman, Chicago's top police hostage negotiator. But things take a quick nosedive when a friend warns Roman about some shady embezzling from a disability fund. And surprise, surprise, that friend ends up dead. Even more convenient, the gun used in the murder was handled by Roman at some point, according to the internal affairs guy, of course. Naturally, because this is a movie, no one is buying Samuel L. Jackson and thinks he's innocent. So what does he do? Obviously, he takes the internal affairs guy hostage. Enter Chris Sabian, Kevin Spacey, another expert negotiator, and the two start a standoff, a negotiator standoff. I didn't even know that could be a thing, but it gets all sorts of intense from that. Much like The Hateful Eight, The Negotiator serves up some high tension moments and is fun, snappy dialogue, keeps things rolling along. Just when you think it's all about to wrap up, you realize there's still like 20 minutes left, and you're back on the edge of your seat. As of this video, you can actually catch The Negotiator free for everybody on Plex. Link in the description down below, no sign up required, you're welcome. And if that's not gonna work for you, Netflix and Disney Plus have it. So check it out. Okay, so the next 2 movies I'm recommending are best watched together, and maybe even with a third one. We've got Unbreakable. Now, this isn't exactly a Samuel L. Jackson centered movie. It's more from Bruce Willis's point of view. But Samuel L. Jackson still steals the show as his co-star and second lead. Here's the plot. A security guard who miraculously survives a massive train crash starts to question his seemingly impossible luck. I mean, the guy came out basically untouched. No, not basically untouched. Completely untouched. So enter Samuel L. Jackson's character, a man with a body so fragile it's like glass. He tracks down our unbreakable hero to reveal the mysteries of his indestructible nature. Fair warning, this is an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so expect twists. It's also part of a bigger superhero universe trilogy he's got going on, but don't worry. It's not your typical capes and tights affair. It's darker. It's kind of like that movie Brightburn, which personally I did like a lot. M. Night really nailed it with this one, especially compared to some of his, other recent work. Unbreakable came out in 2000, but the follow-ups, Split and Glass, dropped in 2016 and 2019. Definitely worth a watch though. If you're into the dark side of superhero stuff, you can't go wrong with this. All right, I'm just gonna keep rolling right into Glass because these two are connected. The third movie in the trilogy I mentioned with Unbreakable. Now, here's the thing, okay? Technically, you could skip Split and jump from Unbreakable straight to Glass, and you'd probably be okay, but you'd definitely be doing yourself a disservice, and you would miss some emotional payoffs with some characters. So do yourself a favor and queue up all three: Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. Trust me, it's worth it. Now, the plot of Glass follows Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable, still doing his thing, basically following the end of Unbreakable. But then he crosses paths with the Beast, a psychotic villain with superhuman strength and 23 different personalities from the movie Split. Their epic face-off eventually brings them to Elijah Price, aka Mr. Glass, aka Samuel L. Jackson's character from Unbreakable. He's now the criminal mastermind holding secrets that link both men together. This one's a much darker spin on the superhero genre, as I was saying before, and honestly, I think it's one of M. Night's best work. The whole trilogy fits together very nicely, with Samuel L. Jackson absolutely killing it as the brilliant, conniving Mr. Glass. Here's the funny part. The trilogy's a bit split, pun intended, across multiple streaming services. You can catch Unbreakable on Disney Plus, Split on Amazon Prime, and Glass on Netflix. But I'm partly kidding, because I do think you can get Glass also on Amazon Prime. So hopefully at least those two are together, which would make the marathoning a lot easier. Next up, we've got 187, and this one's a ride. So when a student scribbles the police code for homicide 187 inside a teacher's book, that teacher being Trevor Garfield, played by Samuel L. Jackson, Trevor gets understandably freaked out. Of course he would. The principal, that guy being absolutely no help whatsoever, pretty much tells him to just don't worry about it. And then, surprise, surprise, the same student stabs Trevor multiple times. Fast forward 15 months, and is scarred both physically and emotionally, Trevor relocates to a California school to start fresh as a substitute teacher. Spoiler, the new school is just as bad and chaotic and dangerous as the last one, pushing Trevor to some, let's say, questionable decisions. Unlike the other movies I mentioned, 187 is more of a slower burn, I found, but the payoff is solid. The final scene is wild, and watching what Trevor's driven to is both intense and satisfying. You can catch this one on Amazon right now. Enjoy. Alright, before we wrap this up, I've got a couple of honorable mentions you should absolutely check out. First one up is Pulp Fiction. Do I really have to explain how iconic this movie is? Okay, fine. For the three of you in the back out there who haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and fix that, please. In this ultra cool multi-strand crime flick, you've got Vincent Vega, played by John Travolta, and Jules Winfield, played by Samuel L. Jackson, two hitmen with a taste for deep philosophical chat. Their stories get tangled with their boss Marcellus Wallace, his wife Mia, boxer Butch, and a wild duo of robbers Pumpkin and Honey Bunny. Yeah, if that lineup doesn't sell it, I don't know what will. Go check it out. Trust me, you will love this movie. Next up is a TV show. So this is Fight Night $1 Million Heist. I mentioned this one in a previous video. Hopefully I remember to link it above, kind of a tell-all explanation of what the show is about, all in this video. But it's a Kevin Hart series, and as of now, I'm on episode 7, so almost done, I believe. It's a super fun watch for me and my girl. Samuel L. Jackson plays a gangster you definitely don't want to mess with. So the plot: hustler Gordon, aka Chicken Man, dives headfirst into a chaotic fight night heist. But when things start to go sideways even further, he and Black Detective J.D. Hubson find themselves in a deadly game of cat and mouse. As bodies start piling up, they've got to clear Chicken Man's name before time runs out. This one should be on Amazon. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. Those were some Samuel L. Jackson movies I think you should do yourself a favor and check out. He's got a ton more, so I'm definitely going to be making more parts to this video of other movies you should probably check out. So until then, like, comment, share, subscribe, and until next time.